want to expose you to another equation that might scare us at first, but I want to give you a tool that might help it, something cool, so just wait. So we have a relationship with an equals, which makes it an equation. Y equals 2/3 x plus 1. So I have a relationship between y and x, and I want to know what are all the solutions to make this true. Our strategy so far is let's choose some points to plot those points, connect those points into a line, and then every point along that line represents all my solutions. So that's the overall strategy. So we begin with an XY table, and we choose some numbers, any numbers that we want, to solve for Y. Or we choose any numbers for X. One number that I always like to choose is 0. Because when I choose a 0, a lot of times the hard math goes away. So y equals 2/3 times 0. 2/3 times 0 is just a 0. Plus a 1 makes it a 1. All right, here's where we need to be a little clever if we want. What's another number that we should choose? What's a good number? Because I don't think choosing my other favorites, 1 and -1, may not be the most helpful right now. So what I'm going to choose is a number that's basically a fraction killer. What number can I put in here for x that when I multiply this fraction times that x basically makes the fraction disappear? Do you have an idea? Well, let me give you my first idea. I'm going to choose a 3. Are you seeing what's happening here? And I'll write it out here off to the side. 2/3 times 3 plus 1. 2/3 times a 3, that's just a 2. Because those 3's cancel each other out. So I am left with 2 plus 1, which equals a 3. Kind of a cool idea. Is there another number that's a possible fraction killer that we could use? Well, basically anything that's a multiple of 3. I can choose 6. So 2/3 times 6 plus 1. Well, that's 2/3. I'm going to break the 6 down to a 3 times a 2 plus a 1. 1 3 cancels out with the other 3. I'm left 2 times 2 plus a 1 equals a 5. I know what I may have done right here looked like some mathematical wizardry a little bit when I changed this 6. I just rewrote it as a 3 times a 2 to help illustrate how I can cancel a 3 out. So I hope that did not confuse or lose many of you there, or any of you at all. So here's 3 points I chose. Another good point, I won't solve it all the way through right now, but a -3 would be another great point to choose, a -6, and so forth. So there I have 3 points. Need 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 5 are helpful just to make sure I did not make a mistake. And then from that, I can graph these points, the point 0 and 1, over 0, up 1, over 3, up 3, over 6, up 5, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5. And now I'm starting to get a sense of a line starting to form. And I know if I plot enough points, I'll fill up the entire line, but no need, because I know that 2 points make a line. I have 3 to make sure I didn't make a mistake, and then I can just go ahead and draw a line connecting those points. And now I have the graphical solution of y equals 2/3 x plus 1. And I was able to do it using a clever idea about eliminating the fractions or killing a fraction depending on which were those x coordinates that I chose to use to begin with. So it's something maybe that you can file away and will be helpful to you as you practice these problems.